Dark psychology. It's the unseen force that manipulates minds and drives behaviors. It's the secret weapon of the cunning and the crafty. But what exactly is this mysterious phenomenon? Let's delve into the dark side of the human mind. Dark psychology is an intriguing field of study that delves into manipulation and mind control. It's not something out of a sci-fi movie, but a reality we all experience, often without even realizing it. It's the art of persuasion, the craft of influencing others to act or think in a certain way, often to the benefit of the manipulator. Every day in every corner of our lives, dark psychology is at play. It's in the commercials that convince us to buy products we don't need, in the sales techniques that persuade us to part with our hard-earned money, and in the personal relationships that shape our emotions and actions. However, it's important to understand that not all persuasion is dark or manipulative. Sometimes it's a necessary part of our interactions, helping us to communicate, negotiate, and navigate our social world. But dark psychology takes this to another level, turning persuasion into manipulation and influence into control. One of the most fascinating aspects of dark psychology is how often it is used unknowingly. Many people employ these tactics without realizing they are doing so, while others use them intentionally to gain power, control, or personal advantage. But beware, for dark psychology is a double-edged sword. While it can be a powerful tool for influence and persuasion, it can also lead to distrust, resentment, and negative consequences when used irresponsibly or maliciously. So the next time you find yourself acting or thinking in a way that seems out of character, take a moment to reflect. Could dark psychology be at play? Are you being manipulated, or are you the manipulator? Remember, dark psychology is the invisible puppeteer pulling the strings of human behavior. Ever met a narcissist, a sociopath, or a Machiavellian? They're the masters of dark psychology. They're the chess players in the game of life, always thinking several moves ahead. They're the puppeteers controlling the marionettes, their fingers deftly manipulating the strings. Let's take a closer look at these shadowy figures. Narcissists, for example. They're the ones with an inflated sense of their own importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. They use dark psychological tactics to keep themselves in the limelight, to keep the focus on them, to feed their insatiable need for adoration. Then we have sociopaths, who are characterized by a disregard for the feelings of others, a lack of remorse or shame, manipulative behavior, unchecked egocentricity, and the ability to lie in order to achieve their goals. Sociopaths use dark psychology to manipulate and control those around them, bending them to their will with a chilling lack of concern for the emotional fallout. Attorneys, politicians, and salespeople are not exempt from this category. They often use these tactics intentionally to get what they want. They are masters of persuasion, skilled in the art of influence. They know how to play on people's emotions, how to exploit their fears and desires. They use these tactics to win cases, to get votes, to close deals. It's all a game to them, and they're playing to win. These individuals are the puppet masters of the psyche, the shadowy figures pulling the strings. They know just how to manipulate, to control, to get what they want. They're skilled in the art of the mind game, always one step ahead, always in control. But remember, it's not about demonizing these individuals. Rather, it's about understanding their tactics, their strategies, their mindset. It's about learning how to recognize these tactics when they're being used against you and how to protect yourself from their influence. These puppet masters of the psyche know just which strings to pull. They're the masters of dark psychology, the characters in the shadows. But by shining a light on their tactics, we can step out of the shadows and into the light. We can take control of our own minds, our own lives. We can become the masters of our own psychology. So, what are these dark tactics that manipulate minds and control behaviors? Well, let's delve into the deep end. One of the most popular and effective methods is gaslighting. It's a subtle art often used by narcissists and sociopaths where they manipulate someone into questioning their own sanity. They'll deny your experiences, twist your words, and make you doubt your own perceptions. It's like trying to find your way through a fog, only to realize the fog was artificially created. Next, let's talk about emotional manipulation. It's like a puppeteer pulling strings, making you dance to their tune. They exploit your vulnerabilities, your fears, your desires, and use them to their advantage. They'll make you feel guilty for not complying or elated when you do. It's a roller coaster ride, and they're the one controlling the speed. Another trendy dark art is psychological nudging. This tactic is often used in sales and marketing. Ever wondered why you ended up purchasing something you didn't even need? That's nudging at work. It's all about subtly influencing choices and behavior, making you feel like you're in control when in reality, you're being gently steered in a particular direction. And then there's Machiavellianism, named after the infamous Niccolo Machiavelli, who advocated for manipulation and deceit in his writings. Those who practice this dark art are cunning and strategic, always planning 10 steps ahead. They'll manipulate situations to their advantage, often at the expense of others. And let's not forget the art of mirroring. It's when individuals mimic your behaviors, your speech patterns, even your body language to build trust and rapport. It's a powerful tool, one that's often used in personal relationships and negotiation settings. These are the tools of the trade in the world of dark psychology. But remember, not all manipulation is sinister. There's a thin line between dark tactics and ethical influence. This line is where we begin to unravel the subtle difference between manipulation for selfish gain and persuasion for mutual benefit. Imagine two salespeople both trained in the art of persuasion. One uses his skills to entice customers into buying products they don't need, solely for his commission. This is a classic example of dark psychology at play. It's all about gaining control and personal advantage. The other salesperson, however, uses the same techniques but with a different intent. He genuinely believes in the product he's selling and knows it could benefit the customer. His persuasion isn't about manipulation or control, it's about guiding the customer to make a decision that could improve their life. This is ethical influence. The line between the two is fine, yet significant. It's a matter of intent and outcome. Dark tactics focus on self-interest, often at the expense of others. Ethical persuasion, on the other hand, takes into account the well-being of all involved. It's about creating a win-win situation. In the realm of dark psychology, it's easy to drift into unethical territory, especially when we're unaware of our own motivations. That's why it's essential to continuously assess and question our tactics. Are we trying to manipulate others for our gain, or are we trying to influence decisions that are mutually beneficial? It's also crucial to remember that the use of dark psychology isn't limited to the likes of narcissists, sociopaths, or Machiavellians. Even the most well-intentioned individuals can unknowingly employ these tactics. Hence, it's not just about recognizing these techniques in others, but also acknowledging and rectifying them within ourselves. The key is to use your understanding of dark psychology responsibly. After all, with great power comes great responsibility. So, let's use this knowledge not to manipulate, but to foster understanding, empathy, and ethical persuasion, creating a world where influence works for the benefit of all. So, we've taken a journey into the shadows of the human psyche. We've delved into the world of dark psychology, a realm where manipulation and mind control are the order of the day. It's a fascinating, albeit slightly unsettling exploration of human nature, isn't it? We've met some intriguing characters along the way. Narcissists, Machiavellians, and even psychopaths, all adept at using these dark tactics to get what they want. They're found in all walks of life, from the courtroom to the boardroom, from the sales floor to the political stage. We've recognized some of the tactics these individuals use: subtle manipulation, persuasive sales techniques, even the insidious influence of everyday commercials. It's a stark reminder of how these strategies permeate our day-to-day lives, often without us even realizing it. However, it's crucial to remember that not all influence is dark and insidious. We've also discussed the thin line between dark tactics and ethical persuasion. Intent is the key differentiator here. While dark tactics are used for personal gain, often at the expense of others, ethical persuasion seeks a mutually beneficial outcome. It's about using influence for good, ensuring credibility and trust. But why is understanding all of this important? Well, knowledge is power, and understanding dark psychology allows us to recognize and counter these tactics. It empowers us to make informed decisions, to question the motives of those who seek to influence us, and to ensure that we use influence ethically ourselves. As we step back into the light, remember, understanding dark psychology is the first step to countering it. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and most importantly, stay ethical.